Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for having me here. Very excited to be at TEDxDTU. One of the things that I actually wanted to talk about was not just my journey, the fact that even I started pretty early. I started as a professional composer at the age of 16. I had my own record label at the age of 20, put out my own record at the age of 21. Did a lot of stuff. I mean, I've been an entrepreneur all my life. Done over 5,000 commercials, over a dozen movies. Basically, I'm trying to tell you that over 2 decades, I've just gotten really tired. But life is so exciting, actually. Part of the reason why I wanted to do this talk was because we decided that one of the topics that would be really interesting is to talk about the social and societal impact of music in India. And one of the most interesting things about music in India, and especially social music in India, we talk about activism and we talk about activist music, especially from the West. We talk about Bob Dylan and we talk about all those kind of people. But in India, we have some of the greatest social activism in music in the history of man. It's basically, it goes back over 1,000 years and encompasses as many people as Sant Kabir, Bulle Shah, Mirabai, Tulsidas, all the way to Kumar Gandharv. So there's a huge history of that kind of music being made in India, and that was a massive influence on my music in Satyamev Jayate. One of the reasons why I find it so exciting was because of this one particular track that I'm just going to play you a rough, I'm going to play you a little snippet of it. Yeah, that's the beauty of Indian bhajans. Can you believe that? Damadam Mast Kalandar is a bhajan. Yeah, it is. It's a Sindhi bhajan. But that's the beauty of Indian music, is that we have, and the lyrics are so beautiful. Essentially, what she's saying is, my love, my beloved, Savaryo Hetmai. Tane khate means she's looking for the beloved. She found Bhima, and she found Vishnu, and she found everyone. She found Sita, she found everyone, but she couldn't find the beloved. So where is the beloved hiding from her? That's an incredible thought, isn't it? It's such an immense thought. The idea that this woman at that time could be questioning the beloved, questioning God. It's such a huge thing to do. Today when we think about Mirabai, we think about her saying, Mere to girdhar Gopal, dusro na koi. But basically what she was doing was being very smart. She said, Bhagwan mere taraf aa gaye, ab to mera kya bigadoge? That's the way that social music and revolutionary music actually happened in India, music for social change. Through the years, through the centuries, it's been worked like that. They've been very clever about it. Just like Amir Khusro wrote, मैं निजाम से नैना लड़ा आई रे घर नारी कवारी कहे सो करे. So what was the idea? The idea was an empowered woman. An empowered woman saying कि मैं निजाम से नैना लड़ाई आई. They always sang in the voice of the woman. Why did they always take the feminine voice? Why was it always मैं तेरी हो गई सजन मेरे सतरंगिया? It was a very smart device. It was strategic, it was deliberate. The idea was to subvert systems, using social systems. They used God to subvert God to the right effect. They went past dogma and they went to the essence of what godliness actually means. It means inclusion. It means I am you and you are me, and there is no separation. And they achieved that through music. They did that over and over again. The problem is with us, we are not good at marketing ourselves. We're not good at reinvention. We don't look at our past with pride. We don't look at our past as alive. Whereas it is the most alive past in the world. But the problem is we are getting disconnected from our past. And one of the connections actually to the past, one of the most important connections to the past is through music for social change. And that is where I think I got most influenced for my music for Satyamev Jayate. So, for example, when I was thinking of the composition for Ori Chiraiya, and we were discussing the song, we were thinking about it, we were talking about it. So then we started talking about it, and then it struck me that it has to be at the level of a certain song that's one of my favorite songs. It's "Ae Mere Pyare Watan, Ae Mere Bichhade Chaman" from Kabuliwala. And we had to hit that level. We had to have a song that resonated at that level. So you know that your culture has this greatness, but you don't connect to it, you don't reinvent it. Your generation is the generation that is going to carry this entire legacy forward, and we need to keep the connection intact. We need to keep that connection going. It doesn't matter what music is out there right now. What matters is how you connect to that music. Do you connect to that music as an individual and say, hang on, I need to dig deeper, I need to find what is happening, and I need to find how this music connects to my country. So much is being done in the space of technology. Very little is being done in the space of connection, communication, and actual conversation. Music is supposed to start conversation. One of the most interesting things that happened with Kate is that we got attacked. But the fact of the matter is, why is it so important for me to say this today? Because there's a backstory to this entire song. 84 was the year that changed my life. That's what she says in the song. So we had to not only fight censorship, we were told we can't put out this message directly, we can't address this directly. But why can't we address wounds directly? Here is an artist wanting to voice her opinion directly, her life, her story. And nobody's listening. Everybody's judging because you have a preconceived notion of who she is. And I feel that's really what the spirit of Mirabai stands for. That's what the spirit of Kabir stands for. That's what the spirit of Bulle Shah stands for. When Bulle Shah as a man, can you imagine in those days a man said, Tere ishq nachaya karke thaiya ve thaiya. I'm going to wear ghungroos and dance for my murshid. What a dangerous idea that is, to do that in those times. So I just want to tell you that you live in a country full of revolutionaries, revolutionaries of the heart, revolutionaries of love, revolutionaries who seek to connect, to unite, not divide. Revolutionaries who seek to bypass all the God men and reach God directly. In whatever form, whatever path, in whatever route you choose. Connect to them. Connect to these people. They are the real wealth of this country. It's a country of 1 million stories. And it's a country of 1.3 billion people who are right now homogenizing. Everybody wants to be in a mall. There's nothing wrong with that, I get it. I love air conditioning too. But, you know, we need to know our past to know where the future is going to lie. Music means breathing, music means life, music means death, music means passion, music means love, music means India, music means the world. Music means silence, music means space. Music means technology, music means technique, music means craft, music means skill, music means talent, music means God, music means horns. Everything. Everything. Music means tattoos. Music means expression. So here, let's come to the power of doubt. Okay? I think doubt is useful, but only in a certain place. So I have a line that I learned very early in my life to apply. because I became a professional very young. So the only thing I would face, in fact, I would walk into a studio and people would doubt me. So the only thing I faced, I knew every morning I would wake up and I would face other people's doubts. So I started developing a certain defensiveness. I used to walk in with extra swagger, and I used to be like, you have no idea how good I am. But what started happening was, I started thinking about it even more, and I said, I need these two words to work for me in every context. So the words are, am I? And the reverse, I am. So how does this work? In private, in your most private moments, it's an important question to ask yourself. Am I really good? Am I capable? And turn that doubt into belief. You have to have the machine inside you to turn that. That is really where practice comes in. That is where hard work comes in. But once you're done with that, and once you feel comfortable, then the am I has to turn into I am. And when somebody meets you, it should not matter what they think of you, because you know who you are. Am I to I am is a seesaw I ride every 2 weeks. It never stops. I think the day you get very comfortable and you say, I know music, that day you're dead as a musician. Because if you know, you don't know. But if you accept that you're on the journey, then at least the journey will be enjoyable. So there are many milestones in my life that are moments of success and moments of celebration. But behind that is a lot of hard work and a lot of, people would call that failure, but it's actually not failure. What it is another lesson learned. So you really should have a very healthy attitude towards failure. I think this is one of the most important things to learn in life, is that failing is never actually failure. Failure is giving up. But failing is, it's a myth. You just keep learning. So I'll give you an example of the title track of Satyamev Jayate and the number of versions we made of it.
शिकन तेरे चेहरे पे, सलवट तेरे माथे पे, आने न दूंगा, जख्मों के बादलों से आंखों की झील को मैं दबाने न दूंगा। तेरा रंग ऐसा चढ़ गया, कोई और रंग ना चढ़ सके। तेरा रंग ऐसा चढ़ गया, कोई और रंग ना चढ़ सके। तेरा नाम सीने पे लिख दिया, तेरा नाम सीने पे लिख दिया, हर कोई आके पढ़ सके। तेरा रंग ऐसा चढ़ गया, कोई और रंग ना चढ़ सके। है जुनून है जुनून है, तेरे इश्क का ये जुनून है। तेरा इश्क रग रग दौड़ता, ये बावरा सा खून है। तेरा रंग ऐसा चढ़ गया, कोई और रंग ना चढ़ सके।
It's beautiful when you have gone through a journey, and then the reason why we arrived on the final track was because we were like, hey, we need something that's more youthful. We need something that has a more energy of today. So this is what we arrived at.
तेरा रंग ऐसा चढ़ गया, कोई और रंग ना चढ़ सके। तेरा नाम सीने पे लिखा, हर कोई आगे बढ़ सके। तेरा रंग ऐसा चढ़ गया, कोई और रंग ना चढ़ सके। तेरा नाम सीने पे लिखा, हर कोई आगे बढ़ सके।
Yeah, so we arrived at this because we wanted something that sounded more like a band and younger and more, you know, like a certain kind of pan-India feeling to it. Yeah, so that's the way creativity works. Is that nothing is a failure. Everything is a lesson and an evolution. The thing that I think I talked about earlier, and I think that it's still pertinent to what you're saying, which is that how do we reinvent that music for the future? Because if we don't reinvent that music for the future, that becomes institutional music. It's happened to jazz in America, it's happened to classical in Europe. We should not allow that to happen to the classical music of our country. People like Niladri Kumar, people like Ustad Zakir Hussain, they're important people in our culture to be able to push the culture and keep that reinvention going. But we should also not lose our connection to our rags. I think it's very important. I feel it to be a personal responsibility as a composer to have a certain desi pun to my work. I like that. Then let me sing the song about doubt. This all has been extremely sabya and very cultured. Let's do a little harami pan yaar. Yeah? Okay. Daddy मुझसे बोला तू गलती है मेरी, तुझ पे जिंदगानी गिरती है मेरी, साबुन की शक्ल में बेटा तू तो निकला केवल झाग 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 भाग भाग डी के बोस डी के बोस डी के बोस भाग भाग डी के बोस डी के भाग 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 डी के बोस डी के बोस डी के बोस भाग भाग डी के बोस डी के भाग आंधी आई आंधी आई आंधी आई आंधी आई भाग भाग डी के बोस डी के भाग 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 डी के बोस डी के बोस डी के बोस आंधी आई है. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure being here.